Ciao, and welcome to SimpleItalianCooking.com. My name is Liz. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Got a super recipe for you. Italian stuffed mushrooms. Super easy. I never realized how easy they were until I actually learned how to make them. And I'm telling you, if I can do it and they turn out great, I know for sure that you can do it too. So we just start with a package of organic mushrooms. You don't have to get any particular size. I prefer just kind of like a medium size. Saves you time and less mushrooms to stuff, but whatever suits you. We just want to clean them by wiping them off with some water and drying them a little bit, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, the mushrooms are all clean, and I want to say you want to keep the stems because we're going to use them, and that's always the big question: do you keep them or not? Yes, we're going to keep them because we're going to chop them up really small. We're going to saute them with some onion. So if you're unfamiliar with how to remove the stem, don't be timid, don't be shy. This just pops right out. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth and you'll hear it pop. You hear like a pop, pop, and then it comes right out. Now I would probably cut off the end that was out exposed because it tends to be like a little tougher. And then all you do is slice it in half in case you've never done this before, and then just chop them into small pieces. We've got our mushroom tops over here, and here are all the stems chopped up. So next what we got to do is we got to do the onion. And at this point you might want to go ahead and start heating up the olive oil over medium heat. I don't know, 2 tablespoons of olive oil should probably be good. And we're just going to chop up the onion. You really want a small onion, so if you don't have a small onion and you only have a medium or a large one, then just use half of it. Okay, so I added about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I added about a tablespoon of butter. So you want that to all blend and melt. All right, 2 quick notes. One is we got to make sure we preheat the oven at 375, so go ahead and do that now if you're not already. And the other thing is, I don't know about you, but inside the mushroom there's like those gills, and I've always been afraid of them, thinking they might be poisonous. I think they are in, like, I don't know, some seafood or something, but anyway, they're totally fine. So you can leave them in there, or you can take them out and chop them up. I just left mine in there and it'll be fine. See, you can eat it, it's fine, not gonna hurt you. All right, the butter and the olive oil are all melted, so now let's go ahead and add in the onion and the mushrooms. And we're gonna saute it for about 5 or 10 minutes until the onions are tender. Okay, so while that is sizzling away, we're going to prepare the rest of our filling, which is, and you know, there's no exact measurement, so what I'm going to give you, you can modify if you want to add more cheese than what I say. Feel free to do so if you want to add more breadcrumbs. So what I do is I kind of start out with between 1/4 cup and 1/3 cup. So I'm going to put in about 1/4 cup of cheese. Do about the same with the breadcrumbs. So it's almost like a 50-50, you know, or a 1-to-1 ratio. I'll do a little bit more breadcrumbs. What we want to do is we want to take some parsley. I have some from the garden that I dried last year. But if you don't have any dried, you can use fresh, or if you don't have fresh, you can use dried. And I would say about maybe a tablespoon, so a good handful. Again, there's no right or wrong. Next, we're going to add some ground black pepper. And take a whisk or a fork or whatever you have and just mix it up. So what we're going to do, once that's done, we're going to mix it all together. I probably should have gotten a larger bowl. All right, we have our onion and mushroom mixture, which looks and smells great. You know, that butter adds a nice flavor to it. If you don't want to use butter, don't. Just use olive oil. And we're just going to add it into the breadcrumbs and the cheese and everything else we put in there. And you just want to coat everything, stir everything together. It's good. This is perfect. You just want a baking dish, and really just don't worry about being neat. Just fill them up, and we can always top them off later and then just put them right into the dish. Okay, since mushroom sizes can vary in the quantity, and you'll get more stems if they're smaller and this and that, what you're left with the mix, sometimes you might be a little low, sometimes you might have too much of the filling. Totally fine, don't worry about it. That's why I say, don't worry about it. If you, like this time I tended to have a little bit more filling, so I just pile it up higher and use it up. But anyway, so we want to get them in the oven as soon as we can because we're hungry and we want to eat. What you want to do is drizzle the olive oil on top. You already got a lot of olive oil inside, so really like one line across if you like want to be real specific. Okay, that's probably a little bit much. All right, great. In the oven, 375 for about, I would start off with 30 minutes and then check it. You just don't want the tops to burn. So you want it to be where you can pierce the mushroom with a fork and it's still a little bit firm. We're gonna start with 35 minutes. And that's how easy it is to make stuffed mushrooms. They came out great. The tops just started to get real brown. I knew they were done. And they're great. You can they're slightly firm but easy to cut with a fork, and that's exactly what you want. Well, like I said, I know if I can do it, you can do it. Please try this recipe. You won't be disappointed. Make sure to check out my website, simpleitaliancooking.com. Sign up for my newsletter where you get more recipes and great information on kitchen tips, products, reviews. Follow me on Facebook and Pinterest. Well, I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Grazie e ciao.